Hi everyone, Morgan Hibbs here with Lynn County Farm Bureau. I am sad to not be visiting your classroom in person, but I am looking forward to the opportunity to be able to visit your classroom virtually. Each month we will cover a new topic relating to agriculture, this month beginning with a fun intro to ag with Fueled by Soybeans. So here in Iowa we grow lots of soybeans. We also grow lots of corn, field corn. Today we are going to focus on soybeans, and we are going to look at soybeans in a whole new way. So this lesson is called Fueled by Soybeans. Have you heard of soybeans being used to fuel cars or trucks? We use soybeans to make biodiesel, which diesel can go into trucks, school buses, things like that. But soybeans are also in our cars, in our cushion seats. They can be used to make plastic. They can be used to make the mirror coverings. And we are going to dive into how soybeans can be used to build a car or to fuel a car, and how Ford Motor is going above and beyond to use soybeans and other plants as a renewable resource to help build their cars. So if the first activity, first I'll tell you what you need for this lesson. You need the PowerPoint, which you can't see on my screen because it's really bright, but you need the Fueled by Soybeans PowerPoint. You also need the soybean intro activity. This one says contains soybeans and this one does not contain soybeans. A Ziploc bag of different words that do or do not come from soybeans or made into a soybean product. You also need pure vegetable, which is made from 100% soybeans, so vegetable oil. Cornstarch, which comes from field corn. A small cup, paper cup, a mixing or popsicle stick, and then some measuring spoons. So our first activity is to brainstorm what products come from soybeans. So we have our two large soybeans here, and soybeans are a legume that we grow here in Iowa. We harvest soybeans as a grain, but you can also grow soybeans as a fresh soybean called edamame. The grain soybean that we grow here in Iowa is used to feed animals like pigs and chickens, and it's used to make things like soy milk, tofu. It's used to make vegetable oil, crayons, candles, and things like that. So I want you to go ahead and you can work on this individually or as a class, maybe underneath the document camera. But you are going to go ahead and separate the words from our bag and guess which of these products have soybeans in them, okay? And for teachers, the answers to these are in the lesson plan, so you know which of these products contain soybeans. If you want to pause and go ahead and do that activity, I encourage you to do that now. Otherwise, I'm going to continue on. So next, you are going to go through the PowerPoint, so Fueled by Soybeans. So we are looking at how Ford has used soybeans and other plants to help build their vehicles and cars. And this is just one example of how agriculture is used to make the products that we use every day. There are some videos here. I'm flipping through the PowerPoint to kind of walk you through it, but I encourage you to go through the PowerPoint as a class. There are a couple of videos that are really good videos showing the history of Ford Motor and Henry Ford himself, and then also the history of how using plants in example like soybeans was involved in how that kind of transitioned to using those plants in our cars. Okay. There are over 30,521 soybeans in a Ford vehicle. Go ahead and go through the PowerPoint and see what other plants they use. The benefits of using soybeans and other plants is that it's lightweight, it's fuel efficient, cost saving. It's a renewable resource, so we can grow lots of soybeans year after year. It's better for the environment because it can break down and decompose, and it helps farmers generate revenue. So there's an additional place to sell soybeans. We grow lots of soybeans and corn here in Iowa, and this provides another way or another revenue to sell soybeans, to have a place to market those soybeans. Okay, every vehicle produced in North America for the last 11 years contains soybeans. Seat cushion foams, headrests, the backs of your seats, which is just crazy to me to think that there are that many soybeans in our vehicles. So I'm not here to promote Ford. I just thought it was really innovative how Ford is using plants and soybeans to build a business or an industry, looking at the renewable resources, how we can be more green and sustainable, how we can provide extra revenue for farmers, and then looking at the grand scope of things of what can we do with this soybean. We can feed livestock with it, like animals, like pigs and chickens, but there's so much more to this bean that we can do so many things with it that you might not even think possible. So now, as a fun activity, you can either send this recipe home with your family members if you don't have access to a microwave, or if you do have access to a microwave, I encourage you to do this activity at school so that you can see as a class what happens. But we are going to make soybean plastic. So this is where you need your vegetable oil, your cornstarch, a cup, and a stirring stick, and some measuring spoons. So I'm going to pull up the recipe. So first you're going to mix 1 tablespoon of cornstarch in the cup with a tablespoon of water, so you do need water also, 1/8 of a teaspoon of soybean or vegetable oil. You're going to mix that until it's completely dissolved. Then you're going to stick this in the microwave for 20 to 30 seconds. Once the plastic cools, but it's still warm, so you can touch the plastic without burning yourself, but it's still warm to the touch, you're going to mold it into a shape of your choice, so a square, a circle, a heart, something like that. And then you're going to leave it for 24 hours and come back and see what your plastic looks like. Okay? If you have questions, you can ask your teachers. If you have questions for me about the PowerPoint or about soybeans, I'd be happy to answer those as well. Hopefully you enjoyed learning about soybeans and how they can fuel a car. I know when I was creating this lesson, I was just in awe of how soybeans and other plants can be used, and the innovative things that some of these companies are doing to provide a renewable and sustainable product for us on the market that is looking at a bigger picture of agriculture and how all of us are involved in agriculture, even from the cars that we drive I'm at home right now recording this video, even like the car that's in my garage right now, how it is involved in agriculture. So maybe not all of us live on a farm, but all of us are involved in agriculture, and it impacts all of us, from the food we eat to the clothes we wear to the cars that we drive. So hopefully you enjoyed this lesson, and I can't wait to see you virtually next month. Thank you for watching.